Yo, we lit, we live, Skol Gang in the house, hosted by D-Roy, you know we about. Calling it money, Apple is bringing that fire. Vikings pride, we never tire. In the land of the purple, we rep all day. Skol Gang 365, that's how we play. Football season's here, you know the drill. So kick back tight as we keep it real. Rumors flying high, breaking news on the line from the dome to the field. Vikings gonna shine, we're not worried about the Bears, Lions or the Pack, just a Viking ship sailing, ain't no looking back. Fuck the Bears, fuck the Lions, fuck the Packers too. If you're with the Skol Gang, then you know we coming through. Get your Viking news and rumors here first. In D-Roy's lair, yeah, we quench that thirst. Catch us in the locker room, scheming on a play. Colin got the stats, knows the game like a ballet. Pop us in the zone, brings the heat like a blast.
This is a Huddle Sports Network broadcast. You can find us on Roku TV, Amazon Fire TV, Facebook, and of course YouTube. Get all your NFL news here first.
What is going on, everyone? Welcome to Skol Gang 365. I'm your host, Darren. Well, we tried today, playing a really strong bench of New England today. Again, it's preseason, so at the most, I was just looking at like what our bench looked like. I thought that Will Reichard, Will the Thrill, thought he had a great game. 4 for 4. He was perfect on all of his kicks. Good evening, Matt. How's it going tonight, sir? Hope you're enjoying yourself. I'm enjoying myself. I think that Max Brosmer, I think that he's an excellent backup. Sam Howell, he had a terrible throw. I mean, I'm just happy that it's happening in preseason and it's not happening in the regular season. But Sam Howell had a horrible interception. Mistakes happen. It's preseason. Shit like that's gonna happen. Otherwise, all around, like I like the way our offensive line looked. I like the way our defense looks, especially coming off the first game of the preseason against the Texans, and then in this game, I'm really seeing some key strengths in this defense, and it's got Brian Flores written all over this defense. I mean, from the top to the bottom, like starters are doing their thing. You got second stringers who are doing their thing, third stringers, so on and so forth. Everybody is playing a crucial role in this defense since Brian Flores became the defensive coordinator. And that's what I like seeing. All the guys who weren't doing their part, all the guys who, for some fucking reason, didn't know what they're doing, most of them are already out the door, either waived, traded. So, shit happens. I mean, Brian Asamoah, for example, Kwesi drafted him in that 2022 draft. And you can look at this 2022 draft class, and you only see 2 guys on that list that are still on this team. And that right there is just like still eats at me to this day. Like, we took Lewis Seen. Okay? Lewis Seen fucking got injured. This was overseas. He got injured. So he was out for quite a while. And that goes back to my whole thing is I've always said I don't like when NFL plays on soccer fields. So take that away. Take away that he played on a soccer field and got hurt. After he got healthy, it's just he never panned out to what we drafted him to be. Didn't pick up where he left off. If anything, he kept going down, down, down. So, and I kept hearing rumblings that, he just wasn't quite familiar with Brian Flores' system in the scheme. But at the same time, if you're looking for opportunity, you're gonna do anything and everything to try to get the system and the scheme down as best as you can, because you want to showcase your craft, you want to showcase the talent that you possess, and he just wasn't doing any of that. So he got kicked to the curb. Last season, he got a free championship. He was on that Eagles team. So I guess, you do what you got to do in this league, but for God's sakes, we could have had Kyle Hamilton, my bad. But we could have had Kyle Hamilton. And instead we chose Lewis Cine. But there's only 2 players left on this team currently from that 2022 draft class. That's Ty Chandler, who I think could possibly be a guy who can be cut. I had a lot of high expectations for Ty Chandler, and he just hasn't shown me anything. We brought in Jordan Mason this offseason, which was a big plus, because someone needs to share the workload with Aaron Jones, and that person is not Ty Chandler. I hate to break it to some Viking fans, but Ty Chandler ain't that guy. Okay? If anything, he's a great special teams addition, like how Brian Asamoah was. But Brian Asamoah, back to him, right? Take him in I think it was the 3rd round of that 2022 draft. Don't quote me, I could be wrong. And he fucking just stayed at the bottom of the pack on the roster. Like, are you just, destined to be a special teamer, dude? Like, he was a great player in Oklahoma, and he never carried that over to the NFL. Great special teamer. Decent preseason player, but nothing transpired out of him either. And just recently, you get into a fight in camp with one of our starting offensive linemen. That's not gonna fly with what the Vikings are trying to do. They brought in these offensive linemen this year to really help JJ McCarthy, really help Aaron Jones. So you're gonna start a fight, and you're not using the best interests of your interests or the team's, then you got to go. So I kind of had a feeling that Brian Asamoah was going to be a cut, but I wasn't expecting him to kick himself off the team before the fucking cut day. What is going on? Skol. But yeah, he's not doing anything to better himself. He's not doing anything to really help the team in any way. So you got to go, dude. With him being gone, that really shines a light on newly drafted Viking Kobe King, who I thought was outstanding at Penn State. Getting rid of fucking Asamoah, that really shines more light on Kobe King. Also, he's gonna be sitting behind Blake Cashman. Blake Cashman, hell of a linebacker, excellent at stopping the run. Former golfer. I think he'll take fucking him under his wing nicely. So with Asamoah gone, Kobe King, you just took that one step further. What's going on, Colin?
What's going on, Darren? How we doing this evening?
Pretty good. Just talking about this last preseason game, talking about the one today, and talking about how Asamoah fucked himself before he could be fucked, which is cut day.
Asamoah is a product of the worst draft in Vikings history.
And only 2 players are left from that draft class on our team.
And really only one realistically could meet the team unless Mr. Chandler decides to really ball out as a kick returner. So I think Rondale Moore going down probably increased Chandler's chances of making the team with familiarity. Naylor's not going anywhere for now.
I don't think he's going to go anywhere. Period. Because I mean, he really stepped up last season, and I
Naylor,
think, yeah. When
at the very least, he's a 3 to 4 wide receiver, so he's not going anywhere. Felton's not quite ready yet, and you can't expect him to be. But
right.
I think a lot of our offense initially in the beginning of the season is going to really rely on us running the ball more. So,
yeah, I mean with Asamoah, kicking himself out the team, fucking himself before cut day, that just shines a bigger light on Kobe King. I'm excited for Kobe King.
Yeah, well, the guy who I've been kind of keeping an eye on that I've been seeing making some strides is the hyphenated guy from Georgia, Treverius Walker Johnson, whatever the hell his name is.
Yeah,
that guy has really been bursting out. So I think we might be seeing another Danielle Hunter in him. That would be phenomenal. I will say this though, for the first time since Steve Hutchinson, I am excited about our offensive line, as you can tell by my hashtag there. I don't know if anybody watched the play of Donovan Jackson going out and absolutely destroying. And it's easy to destroy corners, but to be able to have the athleticism to get full-on blocks on 2 different secondary players for the New England Patriots was just a thing of beauty to watch. It was like watching Randall McDaniel and Steve Hutchinson all wrapped up into one. That was awesome to see. And the fact that they didn't play anybody today, I don't care. Like, if they're making a big deal about these practices being more important than the game, then that's fine. I don't really care. Like, I don't care if they don't play some of these guys. I mean, I want to see McCarthy out there for a series or 2. But again, I think the people that are trying to judge McCarthy are not understanding that, okay, well, Addison's going to be suspended for the first 3 games. So getting chemistry with Addison and some of his other wide receivers, what is going on? Getting chemistry with some of these other receivers is going to be huge for the first couple weeks of the season. I still would love to see them bring in a veteran. I know that I don't know if it's necessary. I don't know if there's like a salary cap implication to where if you don't sign them till the lead up, maybe the last preseason game, I don't know if there's like any kind of salary implications that maybe that's why they haven't brought in a veteran yet. Whether it's trading for Thielen or signing Amari Cooper, I feel like one of those guys, and even if you bring them in and they fill that role while Addison's gone for a couple weeks, And hey, I mean, maybe they become the number 3 wide receiver when Addison comes back, and you got Jefferson Addison and fill in the blank, and letting Naylor kind of play that 3 or 4 position, which truly right now, I think that's where you have to look at Naylor being a provider on this team. Once you let Powell go, I feel like that's where I see Naylor being his most successful self.
Right, exactly. Like you were bringing up the kid out of Georgia, like that dude's an absolute beast. Watching him play, watching him hitting the moves on the offensive lineman, it's like when they draft, it's like since Flores has been there, it's like they penciled down like every position on defense that they want to improve on, and they've done just that. Like you look at the guys on the behind Gernard and Van Ginkel on the edge. I mean, you got Bo Richter, who's absolute stud. He's got short arms. You got Gabe Murphy, absolute stud.
UDFA. Yeah, UDFA. Is that for where Kwesi has lacked in his drafting ability, he's more than made up for with UDFAs and free agency. What's going on, Sully?
What's going on, Colin? What's going on, Darren?
What's going on, John?
Dude, I see you're getting beat up on this little other feed here. What's going on with that? You want to shed some light?
What feed are you talking about?
I don't know. This one that keeps calling you out. Like, what's up with that, man?
Who's calling me out?
Man, I don't know. I just keep seeing your name. I keep seeing your name getting referenced. I mean, I don't know. I mean, I don't know if you're not even in the chat or not. Darren, maybe you can help me out with this, man.
Oh, are you talking about Bill giving him crap?
That would be the one. What's up with that?
Oh, okay. Because a couple of weeks ago, I was on a video call or like inside one of the chats. I was on a live call, and then later on, I went to the Boom Boom, started a call there, and then the next day, then Bill was just like, "This is not the safe chat. Go back to your safe chat. Wrong chat." He was just acting weird. Then he leaves his chat. We add him back. He's just like, "It's regular season. I'm trying to make money," and then a week later, he starts another chat. I mean, he doesn't talk to any of us for a week, and then a week later, he starts a new chat. Then he starts trolling me, trying to troll me. I don't make no sense. Yeah, so now me and him are, I don't know.
That's fine, whatever. Bill's
It's
Bill.
fine.
I love
It's
Bill,
fine.
but
Sully gets his name spammed in the chat every day.
Right, and then he brings in
Sully is the John Dorn of the Vikings franchise, of the Vikings podcast. He's most criticized and most likely to troll.
No, and then he starts another chat, and he adds Kyle, Alex Conley, who I hate so much, and then
I know you do.
Right, so
he's a fire starter, but that's okay. You're in a safe place right here. You're right in the safe place.
No, and then he boots me from all of his groups, his NFC North, even the Skol Gang. He booed me from that group too. So,
well, you ain't booted right now, buddy. You're here now, so you're in a friendly zone right now.
I'm waiting for him to hop on and be like, "What happened to Sully? He got booted into the hall."
You never know. You never know. So Sully, what are your thoughts on, well, for me personally, how about Donovan Jackson and that absolute delightful blocking display he had the other day in practice against the Patriots and pretty much tombstone pile driving 2 different secondary members of the Patriots? What did you think about that?
Well, I guess we're going back to WCW days or like UFCW, man.
Man, he was putting them in the ground. That was fun to watch.
Right. If anybody loves flapjacks as much as I do, go on down to Donovan Jackson's restaurant. All you can eat flapjacks.
Well, okay.
Yeah,
I watched the game up to the second quarter. You know, did I miss anything in the game? I guess our new kick returner. What's that guy's name? Number 13. He muffed the ball.
Olden?
You're talking about Ty Felton.
Yeah.
Felton, okay.
Yeah, muffed the ball. So now there's a little bit of a concern on the kickoff punt return situation because
Well, I mean, we're just going to score touchdowns on every play, so it really is on every possession. So it really is not going to matter in the long run. We're going to win every game 77-0. It's not going to matter. We will score 2 to 3 defensive touchdowns a game, and we will average 7 to 8 offensive touchdowns a game.
Now you're beginning to sound like John Dorn there for now. So.
Also, I wanted to highlight something real quick. For all you Madden players, if you haven't already downloaded and installed a new Madden game, and if you're a Viking fan, I think you're really going to love this game playing as the Vikings. Just putting that out there. I know I am.
I will say I don't know all about the Madden. I was more of a Tecmo Bowl guy myself growing up, but that was just me. I ran the same 5 plays on Tecmo Bowl, and I always won. So there's Bo Jackson to the left, Bo Jackson to the right, Bo Jackson up the middle. I mean, you're never going to lose if you do that. So if you're old school like me, you know exactly what I'm talking about. But
I do.
If you're old school, when it comes to defense, blitz, baby.
They're going to be doing a lot of that. I'll tell you that right now. Boy, that defense is going to be firing on all cylinders. And I'm telling you right.
Also, it doesn't help that I signed a free agent in the game, Von Miller. So that's like fucking times 10.
You're talking about the game. I thought you were talking about the actual Vikings. My bad. My bad. Wow, we signed Von Miller. I didn't remember that acquisition. I would have thought that would have gotten a little bit more publicity in Vikings country, but yeah, guess not. But I mean, it'd be great. So
my memory serves me right. Stephon Diggs plays in New England now, correct?
Hey, Sully, right here.
You are correct.
This guy right here, I think is going to be a light for us in the return game. Miles Price. Baby.
Now is this the, because I didn't get to watch much of the game. I didn't get to watch really any of the game, but was this the kickoff return game or the punt return game? So I feel like the kickoff return with this goofy, not so dynamic, whatever shit that they have. Like, I think it's the corniest BS ever.
I don't like.
I mean, how important?
I don't like it either.
No, I mean, how important is it really to have a big time kickoff return? Now, punt returner, I understand. To me, that was the one reason why I like this always keeping Brandon Powell, because that guy was very sure-handed. He always caught the ball. Kick return, okay. I mean, it would be nice if we can get a guy who can return kicks well. I mean, why not sign Cordero then? Why not bring him back? I'd be down for that. I mean, he's a free agent.
You know, who's a good kickoff or punt returner?
Brandon Powell.
Marcus Sherrills. That's why I like.
Marcus, yeah, he was. Marcus Sherrills was a beast.
Yeah. I got to meet his brother maybe a couple weeks ago.
Mike Sherrills?
Mike Sherrills, yeah. He lives in Lakeville.
Yep.
You know who had a really great punt return? And I think he only had it for fucking the one game against the Bears. That was Adrian Peterson when he lit up the fucking Bears as rookie.
Well, I like the punt by Randy Moss against the Chiefs back in the day too. If you don't recall, I remember that one. They had a hard time stopping him. Now, don't get me wrong. I do not want Justin Jefferson going back there returning any punts, or Addison for that matter.
Hey, Yenser, since you're a Steeler fan, how did you like using Rodgers in your Madden franchise today?
Remember when Herschel Walker used to return kicks?
Ooh,
I remember Herschel Walker's first kickoff when he kicked his shoe off against Green Bay, and that was the only real highlight I ever remember Herschel. That is the... Why do you got to bring... Johnny, Sully, now I see why you're getting kicked out of chess. Why the hell are you bringing up Herschel Walker? That was legitimately the worst trade in NFL history, and this is exactly why all these franchises... This is why all these other podcasts gaslight us. Dude, you hear Packers fans talking about drafting... the incredible bulk Tony Mandritz? No, we cannot ever bring up. We can never bring up Herschel Walker ever again. That is
let's bring up Kirk Cousins, the most expensive quarterback.
Cousins actually won a playoff game. I can't knock Kirk out. Hey, that's one more than we've won in 10 years. So I can't really rag Kirk too much. And who can you name? Okay, here's a better question. Can you name the last playoff game we won that wasn't the New Orleans Saints.
Yeah.
Can you name the last one? No.
The
Can
Dallas
you name it?
Cowboys. The Dallas
It was
Cowboys.
the Dallas Cowboys.
2009. Yeah.
Brett Favre. Well, that team, I'll tell you what. If there was ever a team in my lifetime that I thought had the best chance to go to Super Bowl and win, it was the Favre Peterson Harvin team. And I get it with 98. I was at the game. But the defense of Minnesota was very lean for the 98 team. John Randall was an absolute beast.
Right.
But it was not as well stocked like the Vikings defense was in 09. I mean, you had the 5 Pro Bowl players on defense for the Vikings on that 09 team.
Right, that 98 team, we could light up their defense, but then the offense could light up our defense too. So that was kind of the trade-off right
Well,
there.
we had such a small offense. We had such a small defensive line. So the Bucs showed that if you power ran on them, that you could beat them, and then that's exactly what Atlanta did. They just threw Jamal Anderson at our throats, and then the Falcons put up an embarrassing performance in the Super Bowl. And I mean, it bothers me because Ray Crockett and Ricardo Tubbs wouldn't have been able to. They wouldn't have been able to. They wouldn't have been able to handle Moss and Carter. I'll tell you that right now. But the team with Favre against the Colts, that would have been Vikings would have blown them out.
Right, but
at
the same time, Rod Smith did light up the Falcons too. And remember, our cornerbacks back then was Corey Fuller and Jimmy Hitchcock, and I don't know.
Yeah, but I mean, if you look at that game, I mean, Moss dropped a touchdown, Carter dropped a touchdown. Like that game we should have won that game. There's no getting around it. So
right, we should not have put the pressure on Gary Anderson to make that field goal. You're right.
I mean, you shouldn't have missed it, but it's either way. I mean, why did we? I mean, the thing that always frustrated me more was we got the ball back after they tied the game, and we took a knee with a minute and a half to go. How do you take a knee with a minute and a half to go, and you had the number 1 ranked offense of all time? How are you taking a knee with a minute and a half to go?
Remember, if you were watching the game, John Madden even asked the same question.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, and it wasn't like they were moving it on Atlanta. I mean, they got into position quick for the field goal that they missed. I mean, they could have easily moved that ball down the field, and they just chickened out. I mean, I didn't like it. But the 09 team, I mean, good God, Favre, just run 4 yards, run 4 or 5 yards, slide down, give Ryan Longwell the chance with 5 seconds left on the clock to hit a 50-yard field goal.
Yeah, but he made
Longwell was one of the best dome kickers ever.
He made the mistake of doing what a quarterback should never do, is throw across the
field. Across the field. Yep. When he threw that, I nearly threw a chair through the TV. When he did that, I was so mad. Because he had so much open space to the right. Like, that pissed me off more than anything else.
Those were 2 Super Bowls where I just feel like we could have won.
We would have roasted the Colts.
I think we would.
Denver probably would have been a little. Denver would have been a little closer, I think.
It would have been closer because you have Terrell Davis, John Elway,
and McCaffrey and Rod Smith. I mean,
and
Shannon Sharp. Like that was a good offense.
That was.
So
that definitely was. That was definitely because remember they won the Super Bowls. Yeah. So
before.
Right, so it's usually one of those things where the season was good, but it wasn't like it was the year before where they were chasing it.
Not to mention they had Bill spit in the face Romanowski as their middle linebacker too. So let's not forget that on defense from Denver. So
and then who was the other cornerback? Darian Gordon, I think, is the other cornerback, and then who was the safety?
Ray Crockett. Oh, Steve Atwater.
Steve Atwater.
Yeah, that arthritic secondary wouldn't have been able to handle us. It wouldn't have been. It would have been a way better game. I think everybody wanted to see Denver and Minnesota, but unfortunately they got Atlanta and Tim Dwight.
But the thing was, back then it wasn't like a huge. It was an upset, but it wasn't the biggest upset because remember Atlanta was only 14-2. We were 15-1. They were 14-2. So I mean, they had a good season too.
It was an upset. I mean, we set every record. Offensively, we should have been in that.
It's not like the biggest upset where it's just like this is a huge shocker, you know. I think when the Packers lost to the Giants in 2011 in the divisionals, that was a big upset right there. Nobody expected that to happen.
Well, I think people forget about the Arizona game before the NFC Championship game. On the last play of the game, John Randall getting his left knee hyperextended on a play, and he was only playing at about 60% that game against Atlanta. So I think that was definitely a big factor going in because he was by far our best defensive player. So,
Yes, he was.
but okay, well, back to these Vikings. I am very excited to see this offensive line and more importantly, this defensive line just really kill the will of the other teams that they're playing. Like there is a lot of depth all over the place. I am excited to see them run the ball. I want to see them just run it down people's throats. I think we all know that we can throw the ball. We've got weapons. I want to see them use Josh Oliver more. I know I've been banging the drum on Josh Oliver for 2 years, but I feel like there's a lot more to him than they know. And I think with the system that that McCarthy ran at Michigan, I think utilizing those tight ends is going to be huge. And Jordan Mason, man, not even his own teammates want to tackle him. So I am excited to see Donovan Jackson go out on a screen pass with Jordan Mason and having Donovan Jackson and Christian Darrisaw leading the way with Josh Oliver to the end zone for Jordan Mason. Which one of those four do you want to contend with if you're a safety or a corner?
None.
Yeah, and then Ryan Kelly as well. Yeah. Mean ass Ryan Kelly. Like, where do you want? Which one of those five do you want to deal with? So, I'm excited to see that. And to be honest with you, with our secondary, I feel like that was one of the bigger question marks going into the year. I'm a big believer of it's death by 1,000 paper cuts. Like, I am fine with them not having a number one, but I'm more fine with them having 3 to 4 to 5 guys that will just hold it down. They don't necessarily have to be spectacular. They just don't miss tackles and they break a few plays up. That's really all they need to do. And I think with the pass rush being the key factor for the Minnesota Vikings, I feel like that is going to make life easier for those cornerbacks and safeties.
Well, as we said, or like we said in the past, where Brian Flores puts these players in the best position, puts them in the strengths. So, I mean, I think he's the guy who can just figure out players. They don't have to be superstars, but they have to be good players that know how to play the game. And Brian Flores can put them in a position to utilize their strengths. That's
exactly.
one. We have a good coaching staff. We definitely do. I mean, we have a head
coach. We
have
arguably one of the top 3 coaching staffs in the NFL. We're top 3.
We have a head coach that can develop quarterbacks. So this is definitely. I mean, McCarthy's in good position. A lot of these defensive players are in good positions right now. It's just do their job. Yeah. Listen to the coach. Learn the position. Learn the plays. They'll be fine.
Yep.
Yeah, the earlier in the season we can get that running game going too, I think that's going to be a critical factor in being able to utilize the play action pass, screen passes, like stuff like that. I think that would be great. Yeah, so I'm with you on Dallas Turner too.
You think the season is going to be run, set up the play, or set up the pass compared to last?
At least initially, at the beginning of the, I think at the beginning of the year it should be because, I mean, we've got arguably our first 5 games. We arguably, to me, should be no worse than 3-2. No worse than 3-2. I think we have the ability to go 4-1 or 5-0 in the first 5 games. And then going into that bye before we play Philly in Minnesota, like if we're 4-1 or 5-0, that's where I think realistically we could be. And as much as I know people are doubting McCarthy, I'm not worried about McCarthy so much as I am us getting every other aspect of our offense going so that he can develop confidence once he gets all of his pieces on the field when it comes to the passing game. Because that's key to me. And that pass rush, I mean, Hawkins. I think it's Hawkins, right, Darren?
What's up?
Hawkins, the hyphenated Georgia guy, Hawkins, Tyron
Yes. Yep.
Wilkins Hawkins. Man, if that guy can step in and be like a guy that can rotate on that D line with Hargrave, with Phillips, and with Allen, that guy can rotate around and be a disruptor. Yikes.
And
Look out.
And Levi and Jalen Redmond.
Yeah, if they can have their roles defined, that's crazy. I mean, they have got a onslaught of guys who can. You're not going to know where any of these guys are coming from.
Exactly.
That's not even counting Metellus and Pace and Rogers. Like Isaiah Rogers was a great blitzing corner when he was with Philly. Like
and also Harrison Smith.
Oh yeah, that's right. Harrison Smith's on the team. I forgot about that. Yeah. No, it's an exciting time. But again, I think our biggest need is getting a veteran wide receiver for that first stretch of 5 games while Addison is out.
So I think what we could possibly see is this next offseason come draft time, I think you will see the Vikings draft a receiver.
I could see that. Yeah. I mean, the question is whether you're going to pay Addison when it comes time to him wanting a contract. That's the bigger question.
I'm gonna pay Addison regardless, but I want to bring in a guy like Evan Stewart from Oregon. I think in KLC's offense, I think he'd fucking excel.
Well, okay, again, Jordan Addison stay out of trouble. That's the first question.
True.
Because his skills on the field said, hey, but if he can't stay out of trouble, then you have to start asking your question, okay, do we continue to go down this route? Do we pay him after his rookie contract is up?
I feel like Addison reminds me a lot of, to be totally honest with you. Remember the start of Chris Carter's career with the Eagles?
Right.
And Buddy Ryan always said all he does is catch touchdowns. I feel like Addison is kind of in reverse with that. I feel like if he can just keep his stuff clean, I think the Vikings would pay him, but I think they also need to develop a third wide receiver to go with them. I mean, I'm with you on that. Whether Felton ends up becoming a special teams guy,
I bring in a guy like Gabe Davis.
You don't think Naylor will be the guy to fill in?
I mean, for now, but I would rather have Cooper. I'm all in on Amari Cooper being a Viking. I'm all in on that because it's not even so much. Maybe it's his skills that maybe have lacked a little bit. He still has that reputation of being like a guy. If you're in a defensive room, you still have to keep him in mind because he has been a premier wide receiver in the past. And if you're not giving him a lot to think about, then I would be in on him.
Another guy who is a veteran who I wouldn't mind bringing in because it wouldn't cost that much, just like it wouldn't cost that much for Adam Thielen, would be.
Oh, I've been in on Thielen for a while. Yeah.
For me, it's either Cooper. If we're talking veteran wide receivers to come in, it's either Cooper, Thielen, or Keenan Allen.
Keenan Allen already re-signed with the Chargers, so he's not available.
Don't matter to me. 6th round pick. Here he come.
I would lean more for Thielen in that case because I honestly think Carolina's going to hold on to Thielen for a little while. I think Thielen's going to end up being a trade piece if, like, let's say Carolina gets off to a slow start. I can totally see that happening.
If the Chargers absolutely shit the bed in like the first half of the fucking season, they decide, fuck this shit.
I think the Chargers are holding on to. Here's a guy that I have a buddy of mine who's a Jets fan. What would you guys think about in free agency signing a guy like Breece Hall in a year or two?
Yeah, but we don't.
What do you think he could bring to the team?
Oh, so you're saying like if we don't have Jones anymore and we just have Mason?
Well, Jones only has this year guaranteed. So what if Brees Hall were all of a sudden available? How would you feel about bringing in a guy like Brees Hall?
I'd bring him in. Two-handed monster between him and Jordan Mason. Fuck yeah.
Mm-hmm. That's a true thunder and lightning right there.
Yes.
I'm looking at my main
so
thing.
So much power behind that, dude.
Mm-hmm.
Just like the headline of below John's name, I gave that some power.
I know, what the hell? Where the hell that come from?
I had to let people know about this guy.
Well, shit.
Well, I still will always put down a head nod is not a turn signal. That's just a thought.
Darcy serves 8 salads.
It's not. It's not.
Oh my god.
Just putting it out there.
John, if you share me that photo of Darcy, I can fucking pop him up here on the screen.
Hold on, let me see.
Him with the egg salad like this.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Oh my gosh. Hold on here. To your main one, right? All right. Hold on here. Let's see if we can find her.
We gotta have somebody be the John Dorn of the Skol Gang podcast, because Dorn always has funny little quips he pops up there.
Yep, it's gonna be John.
We gotta get Rock on. We gotta get Rock on here sometimes. I love Rock from Philly. I love having Rock on. Rock and Woody. Woody, the Bears fan, and Rock. I would love to have those guys on this every now and then.
People can talk as much crap about Rock as they want because he says he says some dumb things, but he does know his football. There you go, Darren.
You know what I named him, right? I mean, I don't know if you guys watch any of these episodes. You know what his name is, right?
What is it?
He is the father of Val Venus. He is Rock Venus. Because he looks like Val Venus. He looks like Val Venus.
Well,
to me, he does.
Hello, he had a shorter facial hair. He didn't have a mullet. My memory serves me right.
He what's his name? Val Venus didn't have a mullet. He just had really curly long hair.
Yeah,
like Rock has the straight hair, but he loves it. He loves that nickname. I don't care what anybody says. He enjoys it. And me and Woody always have a fun time discussing Bears terrible failures when it comes to drafting, because me and Woody think exactly alike. So they've screwed up the last 3 drafts.
Woody's a good dude. I like Woody.
Woody's fun. Yeah. Woody and me both agreed on they should have drafted Jaden Daniels over Caleb Williams. We both agreed they should have drafted a tackle instead of Rome Odunze. We both agreed that they should have drafted Tyler Warren over Colston Loveland.
But at the same time, though, Jaden Daniels went to Chicago. What would his first year look like? And I'll be honest with you, Chicago will probably be a little bit of a better team, but they wouldn't have made the playoffs. Jaden Daniels will probably get fucked up a little bit because Caleb Williams.
But he was more mobile. Like, he was a better quarterback his last year in college at LSU. He was a baller. He won the Heisman that year. So,
right.
I thought Jaden Daniels was going to be the best one in the draft, and I turned out to be right so far. So.
Right, but then at the same time, Jaden Daniels is like, damn, I'm glad I can go to Chicago.
Yeah. Well, but again, let's not forget, Washington had the 2nd overall pick for a reason, because they were not a good team. So for him to be that much of an influence on the team, who's to say he couldn't have done that with Chicago? And Chicago was blindly.
For everybody that doesn't know who Darcy is, that's a face only a mother can love.
Wow, you couldn't put Darcy's face on a can of dog food and sell it. Jesus Christ.
Let me see if I can find some other good pictures. Oh man.
Do you have any of Darcy and Viking stuff?
No, I got a picture of him and Alex Conley hanging out. Hold on, let me see if I can.
Oh yeah.
Boy, here we go.
Find that. Let me see if I can find
that. That was when Conley was doing Amazon and you met Kyle Rudolph. So Darcy's face just ended up getting cropped over Kyle Rudolph.
Hey, on a different note, I will say, Darren, I'll keep into contact with you with this. We may have a surprise guest on this show in the next couple of weeks. I'm just putting it out there.
Sounds good to me, brother.
Just putting it out there. And I'll make sure that we get a few people watching when this happens. So
it's not Alice Conley, is it?
Why you got to spoil surprise? Thanks, Sully. What the hell? Jesus. I mean, geez, why you got to go and ruin it like that? Actually, it was Paul Merkel. I mean, we really are trying to get him out of hiding from his grandparents' basement. So, yeah.
That'd be nice. I would love to, get face-to-face with him. That would be perfect.
Rocking the older Lions fan, that's fun to listen to. Which older Lions? Oh, yeah, I know what you're talking about. Yeah.
Talk about Chad.
Hey, let's get Chad in here. Yeah, let's get Chad in here. Chad and date Ma.
I haven't seen Chad in a little while.
He's fucking, pounding down that ice house.
He's having those mom spaghetti sandwiches every day over at the trailer park. So, yeah. Go get him, B-Rabbit.
We have one more preseason game, correct? Or no, that's it.
Yes.
Are we done?
Yeah. I think we have another one, yes. We play 3. It's 3 now, right?
Yeah, yeah, that's what I think. Yeah, that's what I thought. But
no, Houston. So we played Houston. We played. Who did we play today? Oh, that's sweet. Oh, where they look like they're going to fish up at Lake Winnebagosh. It's lovely.
Yeah, I think Darcy figured out. Hey, I have blue bait now, so here you go.
Looks like they're gonna troll for some walleye or some egg salad sandwiches. Yeah.
So we lured Alice Conley, so there you go.
Oh, that's sweet. How lovely. But yeah, I mean, I'm not worried about. I mean, Brosner took a little bit of a step back. We play Tennessee next on the road. Okay. We'll have some good barbecue.
How do you think Howell did? In your guys' opinion, how do you think he did? I only watched the first 2 quarters. That was it.
Brosmer, I got to kind of sneak away to take a couple good looks. Brosmer is dropping some dimes, man. I think we have to keep it. I don't think we can sneak him onto the practice squad. I think Brett Rippon's job it's not in danger, but I think if you had to pick between Brosmer and Rippon for who we could get on the practice squad, I would say Rippon would be the practice squad quarterback right now. Okay. And honestly, Howell looked like crap too. So I'm not sold on Sam Howell at all. Like I don't know. If JJ goes down, it worries me.
Yeah,
it worries me. I mean, I feel like I think we'd be calling Cleveland at some point. Whether it's for Flacco or whether it's for, I don't even want Pickett really, to be honest with you. I'd rather almost go after Gardner Minshew. I've always been a Minshew fan, so
okay,
whatever would cost less, I guess.
Okay.
I mean, hell, if Cleveland wanted to give up Shedeur Sanders, I would be totally in on that. I mean, I think every team dropped the ball on Shedeur, so.
You're saying you wouldn't be opposed to bringing Shedeur in?
Not at all. I mean, I was also not opposed to us bringing in Aaron Rodgers, and I know that wasn't a popular opinion.
Do you know who
here's another quarterback, Quinn Ewers.
No way.
Come on. You know who I'd like to see?
Absolutely not.
You know what I think would be a good backup for McCarthy? Jameis Winston.
He probably will be available. I'll tell you what. I've been watching Jackson Dart play. That guy is there was a guy that I was wrong about. It could be Jackson Dart. That guy has looked pretty solid for the Giants. He's been pretty solid. I was very critical of the Giants making that trade for him, and he has actually looked halfway decent. I'm not gonna lie.
So you think Russell Wilson's going to falter and he'll be the starter? Is that what you're saying?
No, I think Wilson's the starter, but I think Dart may be the backup. I think Jameis could be available in trade. I like the energy that Winston brings as like a teammate, but he is so wild. Like he is so. I think we had our shot to get him, and I think O'Connell was like, yeah, I don't know about that. So
you know who I wish they would have kept around maybe for like the practice squad or something like that. They let go. Jaron Hall.
I'm okay with him not being there.
You really?
I'm okay with him not being there. He's too short, man. Then why don't we just go get Dylan Gabriel then?
What's up?
Well,
Yoli?
hello.
Okay.
How are you, Yoli? I feel like we just need to get a veteran. Like, I'm not saying we go get Ryan Tannehill, who's also sitting on a couch, but one of those Cleveland guys. I don't want to get sucked into giving up a draft pick to get Flacco, but Flacco's been there. Like, I would be down. I don't want to say this too loud, but would Kirk Cousins be an opportunity at the very, very low price? No. Nope. I get it. If we didn't do it, I would be fine with that. But
if you
he
say
knows
low
the
price,
offense.
you say low price, but that's the question mark right there. Low price.
Well, Atlanta would have to eat. Atlanta would have to eat at least 90% of his salary, and we'd probably give up a 7th-round pick. But if we did that, he knows the system. So I could think of worse people that we have at backup.
At best, he's a low budget turd.
Yeah, I get it.
I think that's.
But, he loved Minnesota. I think he was hasty about leaving Minnesota. I think if he had to do it over again, I think he maybe would have taken a little bit more of a discount to stay, all things considered, with what happened with him in Atlanta.
Correct. Now, no, once he's released, that's going to be it. He's not going to get that kind of money now. So, and he probably won't.
Well, Atlanta's got to pay him though. He has a guaranteed contract, so Atlanta does have to pay him. So
right, but at the same time, though, he's probably not going to be started no matter anywhere he goes.
No, I'm not saying he's going to. I'm not going to say he's going to be a starter.
Actually, I think he can start somewhere. Depending on how well Justin Fields does this season, I think he would have a chance in New York.
I wouldn't rule out San Francisco either because Shanahan with Purdy, he's always had a thing for Cousins, so it would not stun me if something bad were to happen to Purdy that they'd be knocking on the door of the Falcons to try and get Kirk.
Yeah, I could see New York. I could also see Jacksonville. Depending on what goes on with Trevor Lawrence.
Or Indy, I guess. Yeah, maybe.
Or Indianapolis. I could see him going to Indianapolis.
Oh, another place where quarterbacks go to die. Good God. Boy, did they screw that one up. Good Lord. When they drafted Richardson, oh my God.
Good quarterback just rushes way too much and then he's going to get hurt.
He wasn't a good quarterback in college. I watched him at Florida. He wasn't good at Florida. He was terrible. What's up?
It all makes sense now. They're going to tank for Arch.
No, the Saints are tanking for Arch. Do not blow my theory there. I have money that Arch Manning will be a New Orleans Saint.
But here's the thing, Colin. Is he going to get his ass beat like his grandpa used to get his ass beat?
Probably, but they need to. The problem is their ownership group and their general manager are so stubborn. They keep paying Taysom Hill a bunch of. And speaking of that,
and
think about that.
And Chris Olave.
Well, Olave they drafted. He's just had some injury problems. He's a good receiver when he's healthy. What would you think about the Vikings maybe taking a mid-season flyer on Taysom Hill if New Orleans were to manipulate some money there?
Yes.
That could be a really interesting piece.
I would take.
That wouldn't be bad. It's a good one.
In a heartbeat. He can be used in any role in the offense.
He brings a whole different dynamic, and especially with our upgraded offensive line, I think he could bring in a totally different dynamic to the team. So I know he's probably not got much left in the tank, but I guarantee you, New Orleans is looking for draft picks. So
But here,
if
but here,
they could
here's
eat a
also,
bunch of that money and get a pick for him, I think they would do it.
How
but here's
about
also a
quarterbacks
thing. Is he anti-Viking?
How about quarterbacks we would hate, we would boo if the Vikings were to get him as a backup? Deshaun Watson
Angel
would be
Reese.
number
No, I'm
one.
sorry.
Deshaun
Well, I don't.
Watson.
The Vikings won't go. They won't go after Deshaun Watson. Deshaun Watson's career is over, and it sucks because I kind of liked Watson as a player. I thought he was
I
a
liked
really
him.
good
I liked him.
player,
I liked him
but
in Houston.
man,
I liked him in Houston.
Houston shit on him. Like the ownership shit on him. Like they. I mean, that guy was 2 plays away from the Super Bowl, or at
Yeah.
least the AFC Championship game. They had Kansas City down 21-0 in Kansas City.
Yep.
Like that's
It,
ridiculous that they just let everybody go.
Hey, Darren, remember last time we talked about Deshaun Watson? Me and you, we were talking with Elvin. Remember how that turned out?
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Kirk Cousins.
anything with Alvin sometimes. I love Alvin sometimes, but man, he's a trip. So
Yeah.
he doesn't think Philadelphia is going to win the NFC
Yeah, when
East. I think that's crazy.
He said that Kirk.
So I know what John's talking about. What John's referencing.
Yeah.
We're talking about, who would we want on the team? Like, would you keep Cousins? Would you want Watson? This was like when, like you were saying, Colin, like with the championship game. It was like, I want to say it was like after
2023, I think it was like before the 2023 season. Yeah.
I was like,
yeah,
it was 22.
we talked about that. I do remember this.
It was 22.
I was like,
22.
dude, fucking, I'd take fucking Watson in a fucking heartbeat. Because I mean, at this time, he was still fucking good.
Well, at that point, though, Kirk Cousins was having a decent start to that season before his tore his Achilles. Like that's why I was saying, like, let's move Kirk now. Like, and also let's move Danielle Hunter. Like, if we were not going anywhere, and Danielle Hunter was my favorite player on the team, but if we weren't going to sign him and we knew we were going to lose him, you could have at minimum gotten a second-round pick for him. Like, he was having a good year. Like, you could have gotten a second-round pick for Hunter. Not that Quasy's done great in the draft, but a second-round pick for a team that traded it away to get Hawkinson, like, we could have used that.
Can you imagine if we had Danielle Hunter right now?
I like Grenard more than Hunter. I'm not gonna lie. Grenard looks like an absolute beast. And I get where you're going with that, but like we got Grenard, and who would you rather have? Danielle Hunter by himself or Van Ginkel and Grenard at the same price?
Grenard.
Right, okay.
Because that's how much Gunner's contract was. And it's the same thing with Kirk. Like when we let Kirk walk, we were able to get 3-4 players. I mean, last year, if we wouldn't have had Shaq Griffin and Stephon Gilmore and Aaron Jones, like you can add on all of these veterans that they signed in place of Kirk Cousins.
If Christian Dershaw doesn't get hurt, I think we'd probably make a deep run in the playoffs.
Honestly, I'm not sure because Darnold made me nervous. A buddy of mine's a big Darnold fan. I'm like, I'm glad we didn't pay him money.
Right, but
I think we would have regretted
if
that.
Christian Dershaw doesn't get hurt, I think we make a really deep run in the playoffs, possibly the championship game.
Possibly, but I mean, I feel like Darnold would have snapped up. I mean, I watched him play against Jacksonville, and that was a train wreck. It's one thing to lose to, the Rams and the Lions. It's another thing to look like absolute horseshit against one of the worst teams in the NFL. So.
Right, but one thing that kind of is always irritated me with Kevin O'Connell in his time being here is when we get good leads, he plays conservative instead of.
That does bother me too. Yeah, I'm with you on that.
And not really say let's run the score up, but let's not
keep them down.
Oxygen.
Keep them down. Let's not give them oxygen. I mean, when they had Naylor fumble that muff that punt against Green Bay, I'm like, uh-oh. But we ended up winning, but I was like, ugh. So.
Right, and it irritated me last season because it seemed like that, Kevin O'Connell wanted Aaron Jones to score a touchdown. It's like, dude, If the touchdown's there, do it. If
Who
it's not there,
cares?
don't force it. Remember,
They were trying to force him so bad. Yeah, I
one of
didn't
the
like that either.
interceptions was to Aaron Jones, and it's like, come on, man, come on, don't.
Mm-hmm.
All right, well, thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for joining us tonight on this wonderful Saturday night. This has been Skol Gang 365. We will catch you next Saturday at 8 p.m.
with possibly a special visitor.
With a special visitor.
Mm-hmm. Skol.
I can't. Well,
Yeah, yo, it's game time, ain't no messing around. Huddle Sports Network, the best in town. From NFL rumors to the latest trends, we got all your sports, just tune in, my friends. Catch us on Roku, Fire Stick, take your pick. Facebook, YouTube, where the action's slick. Daily shows that drop like a bomb. From 10 to 11, it's Ken and Ken, stay calm. Huddle up, catch the vibe, feel the rush. Get your news, get your fills in the clutch. Over 27 podcasts, we breaking it down. Join the team, Huddle Sports, wear the crown. Live every weekday, it's how we roll. Lions Talk with Jeremy B, we taking a stroll. From 11 to 12, don't miss a beat. We break down the game, make the info sweet. The Daily Huddle Podcast, noon to 1. CST Zone, we're just having fun. Toss your doubts, we bring the facts. Tune into the Huddle.